Welcome back to Team Fat Kid Choose Fat. I am Jason.
I am Alex.
This is Dennis. I'm Billy.
We made it. We made it back. It's Monday.
Yay! And it's hot as balls.
It is hot as balls. That's why we got the fans on. And we talked about the background noise, and I was like, it's just going to have to be.
We're driving, man. We're just driving around.
Driving in the back of the F-150.
Cruising.
Got that 465 going on.
Cruising
That
down the
AC.
street.
Got that AC.
And my 150.
Cruising down the street in a Dan Cummins. It's another comedian, not that for fun.
I was about to say that doesn't work as an engine. I mean, he may keep going.
He might keep it.
He's kind of like the Energizer Bunny. But
So, Dennis, anything interesting this week?
Not really that much. It was
you mean I avoided asking you that question earlier and you got nothing? I could have asked it anyway. Now I'm a little disappointed.
and it was busy, but you know it's that time of year for us. So
Right, barbecue season.
barbecue season, and then same time the meat prices keep going up and up and up and up and up and up.
Did you say the weed prices?
Meat.
Oh.
Yeah, weed prices haven't gone up.
No, weed's cheaper than meat.
Not that I would know. I mean,
But, hey,
lately.
I would know all about it.
Sure.
I don't know, man. I feel like the meat prices are kind of like on a roller coaster right now. Like 1 week they're up, 1 week they're down. Like you got to like what we do with the food truck is like we see a good price, we purchase a lot of it.
Yeah.
Which apparently doesn't work the way we thought it would.
Yeah.
Because we had a conversation with one of our food distributors.
A representative.
Yeah, there we go. Our food distributors. About, you said it was this price and we ordered it at that price.
And then you change the price.
Well, no, that
Well,
wasn't
it sold
even
out,
it.
it
It was
sold out.
sold out of it.
And then they
Right.
charge $20 more. Yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing, is we ordered something that was available even though our delivery wasn't for like a day. We had a full 24 hours before we even normally put in our delivery. However,
It might have been before.
However,
It might have been 2 days.
I don't give a shit. You said you had it at this price. We ordered it at that price, and then suddenly you don't have it anymore. Well,
Because
that's
of
not my
allocation.
problem.
Excuse me, Jason. Because of allocation, we don't allocate the order until the order is picked. Like,
See,
that
that's
is
not
bullshit.
That
That's
is
not my
bullshit.
problem. You can honor the price that I fucking purchased it at.
Like,
I don't give a fuck if you have it or not. This is what I paid for it.
Yes,
this is what I should be.
When
paying
I
for
ordered it
yeah.
to be delivered on such date, that was the price.
No, I agree with that 110% because like we've had it happen with one of our
That's
suppliers.
about how the prices work too.
Well, but like with our supplier, like we wanted a certain type of product and everything, like the black label chicken breast, right?
Okay. Yep.
All right. And
I'm a big fan of the black label.
the reason, well, yeah, because it's all trimmed up and everything,
Yeah.
so it's a lot less labor and everything.
And the sizes are more...
More uniform.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
That's
it's more
what it is.
uniform. But at the same time, our supplier didn't carry them. So we were like, he's like, if I got to bring them in, you're gonna have to buy a bunch. We're like, fine, get us 7 or 8 cases. That's fine. We can go through that, no problem. He starts bringing it in regularly for us so that we can get it. And then so we go to order it again, and he's like, yeah, I'm already sold out of that. All I got is the blue label, and I'm like,
Because somebody, like, they opened up the so they're purchasing, and then they
Yeah.
opened it up the code to everybody.
yes,
That's some
and-
bullshit right
yeah,
there, too.
and, like, no offense, but we're the ones that requested this shit, and you're going to tell us, we can't get it because you're selling.
We went down
else?
this road with bread,
Yeah.
and
and fries, fuck it.
but like, well, with the bread in particular, like, we didn't go with that specific bread, but like, our rep had to ask the other rep for the people who were purchasing it,
Yeah.
because they were bringing it in from Philly,
Yeah.
and like, all right, but like, will they allow us to buy off, like, if they're already bringing it in for them,
Yeah.
they're going to throw in a couple extra cases on.
Their order, so that way
Like,
you
so
can get
when
it
it comes in, when it comes down, like, they just allocate a couple to us, and like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way it should work, not the other way
It
around where they
didn't.
just opened the.
yeah.
What
It
are you
didn't.
talking about? The bread? We didn't even use the bread.
That's what I'm saying. It didn't work out like that. We didn't
That's
try.
the way it's
We
supposed
didn't-
to work out.
we
Is what
didn't
I'm
try,
saying. With,
but-
in Dennis's point, they're bringing in the chicken, the black label for him, and then they opened up the code to everybody, so everybody else is buying it because it's more uniform. It's already trimmed. Yeah, it costs a little more, but it's a hell of a lot more convenient.
Quality doesn't cost
Yeah.
the pace.
Yeah, so then they should have definitely either upped it,
Yeah.
but they should have made sure it was cool with you first. And
Yeah.
again, I get it with like the bread. I forget the name of the company. It started with an L, like
Lucio, I think.
Lucio or something like that.
Lucio, something like that. And it was good bread.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
complaints.
It
It
was
just wasn't for us.
I think for a hoagie, it probably would have worked, but for a Philly, I just wasn't feeling it.
My best example, and I'm going to give a shout out to Bodacious. They did do a bread test run for us. We asked them to, and they have a good hoagie roll, but it does not fit our Philly.
Yeah, it's a little too what we
Bready.
refer to as bready.
It's too bready.
The bread is too bready, and that is a fucking thing.
But
That is a huge
but
thing.
again, I feel like that does depend on the sandwich.
Yeah.
So I mean, like it didn't work for us, but
The density.
I did like their bread. It just wasn't for us. I mean,
it's good, and I really think for like a hoagie,
Licio
it would
or
be-
whatever it is, same
Yeah.
thing. Like I like their bread, just didn't work for us.
But again, like if you're trying to do something like let's call it proprietary.
Yeah.
You're trying to do something proprietary, even though that is not like your business, but you're bringing it in, like maybe you don't want everybody else around you getting the same bread because the bread is what makes the difference.
Yeah.
In my opinion, unless you have a contract with, I'm going to go with Lucio. That's just what I'm going to call him for the moment because I don't remember their name 100%. But let's just say if you have a contract with Lucio, fine, then Lucio sells only to you.
Yeah.
If you don't have a contract with Lucio, then that bread is just available, in my opinion. Like,
Well, it's called closed coated, and it's just like
for how long? Because no matter what, at some point, if it's closed coated, it can only be for like a year or two. It's not closed coated indefinitely.
I don't know. That's
Eventually, it's going to come
between
back
the
to market.
distributors, and how long they will close the code for you.
See, I guess that really depends on how much you are making. Like, is it viable for us to keep this product just for you?
Well, if they want to keep your business, then yeah.
Again, so you better be making a shit ton of money. I feel like, yeah, they might say that it's close coated, but they're still probably selling to 3 or 4 people. Does that make sense? Like, yeah, it's close coated, but out of the 500 we get,
like, so-
400 are allocated.
So
you know
the
what I
place
mean?
that was purchasing the bread was like in North Carolina, like on the Outer Banks. Like we are not close enough to be competition.
No.
So like when they were like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. Like I'm pretty sure they don't want everyone else on the Outer Banks getting the same bread that they're using.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
No,
it was like
that's
it was like a pizza joint out on the Outer Banks, and evidently they're known for their fucking hoagies. And
Hey, if they got a good hoagie,
They
you
did.
got a
I
good
mean,
hoagie,
I
you
will
know,
admit
like-
that was good bread. We did not dislike that bread. It just didn't work for us
right,
as what we
the
were
application
doing.
of what we're doing with it.
And same thing with I will give a shout out to Bodacious because they're a local company, which we did enjoy.
Did they have a
Just
good
didn't
hinge?
work for us.
While we're in the butcher's corner,
Butcher's Corner.
I got meat questions.
Okay.
All right. So, I was, just flipping through the ads, as I like to do. I don't know what, I'm going to say it's Teres Major.
It's not off of the shoulder clot.
Uh-huh.
It's off the
So,
shoulder
we'll
clot.
break it down for us dumb people.
It's off.
Dooley. Pay attention. Because, I mean, at $7.39 a pound,
It's expensive as shit.
yeah, I was like, okay, so I know it's a cut of beef. I got that much. It's $7.39 a pound. It's up there.
Yeah.
It's not quite, you're not quite hitting ribeye status, but you're creeping up on it.
How should I say it? Like,
In price.
Yeah. Well, it's like most places mix it up with tri-tips,
Okay.
even though it comes from like farther up the cow
Okay.
than it does because the tri-tip comes from the sirloin, the bottom of the sirloin, and everything. But it's similar in shape and pretty much almost the same way with the texture and everything. Most times you're going to see it being used are Mexican restaurants. Damn, I had it got bright.
I know. You need to see
How
that
we
bad.
turned the bottom lights on and everything? That was a little bright.
Sorry, it felt like it was a little dark in here.
Closing
You know?
time.
I liked it being dark because it made me feel like it was cooler.
You can feel like whatever you want. It ain't cool just because it's dark.
Well, I mean, it made me feel like we were in a cave.
Jason, what
Welcome to the fat cave.
are these
cave.
100,000 lumens? It's a little bit. It's a little bit.
At least
heated
they're
in here.
LED and they don't heat up. All right, so continue, please. Sir.
9 times out of 10, though, whenever you do see it, like if you actually do see it, like in a restaurant, in the restaurant aspect and everything, it's gonna be a Mexican restaurant.
So they're using
Use
it
it for
for.
carne asada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Slice it because they slice it thin and everything. That way, they're slicing it thin against the grain too.
$7.39, man. That ain't cheap.
And
for-
that's cost. That's not what they're going to
No,
sell.
real-
that's what we're buying it.
You
with.
said that they usually mix it with tri-tip.
They mix it up with tri-tip.
What does tri-tip normally run?
Well,
right now.
Well, yeah, right
normally.
now. I mean, right now.
I mean, I guess this is normal.
right now ours are $14.99 a pound, but that's also because of USDA Prime right now too.
Okay, I'm just trying to get like. You say that they mix it up with tri-tip sometimes, but this comes in at $7.39 a pound, and tri-tip comes in at $14.
So what they're saying is, would you could
Like,
you
are
pass it
you-
off as?
Yeah.
You
But-
could pass it off as tri-tip, or you're passing tri-tip off as...
No, you're passing this off as tri-tip
Tri-tip.
because tri-tip you could charge twice as much.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds horrible.
Well, that's also retail. Without the price I'm saying, I'm not.
No, we-
say the
Well,
price.
I'm not asking you to
Yeah.
disclose the
Yeah,
prices that you're paying for meats.
Yeah.
Because
Granted,
obviously,
it's only like $2 less, but you know,
yeah, you're not making a killing over
We,
there.
don't, we work off a 25% markup. That's it. Like for every dollar we get, we make
Okay,
25
so-
cents.
While we're on that, I don't know.
Still better than restaurants.
Well, I guess while we're in that area, let's talk about what a fucking peeled knuckle is.
Peeled knuckle, sirloin tip.
So that's the tip of the sirloin loin, which
Up-
is
up-
always fucking confusing because it's,
It's-
a sirloin
Wouldn't
loin.
be the loin, yeah. That's-
Well, because like when you're breaking it down, okay, like you got the short loin and everything, and it breaks off into the sirloin and everything. Because that
Locations. I
Whenever-
need a beef map. So rib,
top ass,
top ass.
Top ass.
top ass.
That's tapas, yes.
Tapas.
Top ass.
Yeah, tapas. Yeah.
yes.
But because like
Cow.
if you ever see,
Yeah, just do a cow grid real fast.
just go to USDA fucking meat chart.
Cow butcher chart. You
There
know
we-
what? That's probably the smartest thing Julie's ever typed. I'm not gonna lie. That is probably the
How
smartest
can we
thing
get one to blow up?
Yeah.
Julie has ever typed. You know, I like
right
the
here.
one below where you were at.
This one right here.
Yeah, on his
That one,
the
yeah.
chalk, the
Yeah.
chalkboard.
Exactly,
Yeah,
that
alright.
one. The
Yeah.
one that seems the easiest and well written.
So sirloin is, see, it's vertical. I was thinking it was longer
It's not. It's a lot wider and everything.
because I just
because
think about the steaks
it-
that come out of it,
well-
like the baseball sirloins.
But you're talking. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Like, but at the same time, like, because if you actually see an actual whole bone-in sirloin, you've got the sirloin steak, the top sirloin steak, and everything on the one side, and then you also have tenderloin on too. Because the tenderloin is
Runs through?
runs through.
Right here.
Yeah, right here, right here, right here. Yeah.
Is it weird that I feel like I've had my entire
So,
idea flipped like 90 degrees?
Yeah.
Not 180,
No.
90.
But yeah, no.
Just flip it 90 degrees. Just flip
Yeah.
it upright, and I feel like
so
that's where I was.
The rump is where is the sirloin tip. That's
Okay.
what, the peeled knuckle.
Like
and
in
everything.
the
'Cause
beginning,
in a-
in like the
yeah.
closer to the head of the rump.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because what it
Right
is
there.
yeah, no,
Closer to the R.
There you go. There
Oh,
you go.
right.
But
Here,
at the
maybe.
same time, like, because out of a peeled knuckle, you get two roasts. You get the sirloin tip, and then you get the rump roast. The sirloin tip is two pieces. That's why it's tied up and everything. It'll fall apart whenever you cook it in the oven and everything. Whereas the rump is one solid piece, so therefore
Like
you
a
can
rump roast.
Yeah, so you can slice it and everything whenever you get done cooking it.
So the rounds. Okay. So the top and
yeah,
bottom round. So the round has two as well.
Yeah, you got the top round and then you got the bottom
I'm
round.
assuming that's because that's from the location on the animal.
Yes.
Okay.
But at the same time, like with the bottom round's got a lot more gristle to it. Most times that's like you see,
Is the bottom round literally closer to the shank?
yes.
Like, so it is
Yeah.
from the bottom of the round?
yes.
Just clarify.
That's it.
It makes sense.
Location.
It makes sense, but
And then like it's right at the top part of the round and everything. That's where you get your steamship rounds.
See, I thought that would be at the bottom.
Nope.
I would like to
Because the
clarify.
shank is still attached to the
Not
steamship.
steamship.
Really? So I
Nope.
feel like you got the legs sticking up in the air. So the steamship's not both rounds?
No. It's the top round. They just literally tie it if they trim it at all. The problem is you also got those veins that go around.
So they cut the bottom round off of the bone,
Yeah.
and then that's how you get
Yeah.
the bone for your steamship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then so aggressive.
So aggressive and so loud.
That extremely horrible.
Sensuous.
I got
I'm good.
one more. While we're in the meat quarter, because it's a two-parter because we're gonna talk about Pismo real fast. Is it Pismo or is
Yeah.
it PSMO?
Yeah. It's PSMO.
Okay, so
Peeled-
that's where I was
Peeled
confused.
side muscle off.
Peel side muscle off, and that is referring to the tenderloin specifically.
Yes. What?
Use
Okay,
your words.
I guess you're just a little bit further away because it sounded like
alright.
an echo on you for a second.
Yeah, no, it stands for peeled side muscle off. It comes off. It's the beef tenderloin.
It is specifically talking about
Tenderloin,
the
yeah.
tenderloin.
Can I
It's-
just stop for 1 second? I'm sorry. I just opened a beer. It did not get hit in the face.
Congratulations.
I would
That
like
might
to
be like the
clarify.
first time
Wait,
this
wait.
season.
And it was right next to my face.
I'll have it.
This is
got the laughter.
news. Okay.
How do you not have the round of applause yet?
Or
I don't know.
do you have
the
the do you have the do like? I mean, that would work too. It's too late.
Yeah,
Don't
now
do it.
that's like
I said
13
it's too late. I said it's too late. It's
Just keeps
Dun,
messing
dun,
with
dun.
me. Okay, so where we got it was like the peeled knuckle is 2. Go back to my picture.
Yes, sir.
Is that was on the sirloin.
Rump.
The rump. Okay, so the peeled knuckle comes from the rump.
Yeah.
And it is 2
2 cuts.
cuts.
Yeah.
The first one
The
is
sirloin tip,
and then the rump roast.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you think at $3.59 a pound for peeled knuckles,
Yeah, that's a good price.
good price?
That's a good price.
So I have a stupid question.
But I feel like there's a lot of work to be done
There
once
is.
you get it.
Well,
Like they're giving you like
take,
it.
you gotta take the bone skin off, and then you also gotta split it. You gotta you take the fat and everything off of it, and the silver skin.
I'm sorry. I just have a stupid statement
Okay.
because I've heard of everything on this cow except for short loin. What is short loin?
Porterhouse. Porterhouse and T-bone.
That makes more sense to me. Never heard of that.
It's called
short loin.
It's called a short loin because half of it's gonna be porterhouse, the other half's gonna be T-bone.
Because as you like go down, you're going away from the fillet.
Yeah, you're going.
Look, you know.
I mean, again, that makes sense. Just looking at this, I was like, I've heard of everything up here
Because like if you're
except for short
like,
loin.
if you've been in the bush out, like we have it don't say whole T-bone on it, but
Right.
at the same time, like because you'll notice like the very front where you get the strip and you're getting the big fat part of the tenderloin and everything. When the tenderloin it tapers down as it heads out.
And it starts to like get thinner and
That's-
thinner.
So for half of it is a porterhouse, the other half is a T-bone. Unlike certain
Porterhouse being like with the fatter.
with a more fillet, it has to have at least 2 fingers worth of the fillet on it in order to be called a porterhouse.
This much?
Yeah.
That's some bullshit.
I understand that. but
I'm really curious though, because
But-
I'm sorry. I love the fact that we actually have like a description on this. This is great. It has to be at least 2 fingers. Now, does it matter what 2 fingers? I feel. I'm sorry. I know this is stupid, but this.
I always measure
whose
with the
2 fingers. Your 2
index
fingers and my 2 fingers are very fucking different.
I'll say yeah. I always measure with.
Yeah, I want my porterhouse to have Dennis's 2
Right?
fingers.
His 2 fingers way better than my 2 fingers. Like I could sell porterhouses all fucking day, no problem. I just.
You're getting at least 3 more out of that loin.
Just saying.
or if you work for a certain national chain of restaurant, and steakhouse, and everything, according to them, the difference between a T-bone and a porterhouse is just thickness.
So
Like the width of.
The thickness of the steak.
we're
Like,
not
when
we're
it's
not
cut, yeah.
we're not going to comment on who that may or may not be.
I want to know.
At the same time, their kitchen manager came over. She came over to the shop one time because she wanted to get some steaks for her boyfriend for her birthday, and she's like, "Can you wrap it with turkey bacon?" I was like, "No, that's cross contamination." She's like, "What? Turkey's not poultry?" And I'm like, "What?"
That's the kitchen manager.
And she's like, I am serve safe. I've got my certification." I'm like, "Yeah, apparently you wore fucking knee pads that day."
Live long and prosper. So the back to the short loin.
Yep.
Obviously, it is a primal. Yes,
Subprimal, yeah.
subprimal. Okay, so because that would be part of the loin. Which loin?
Mm-hmm.
If it's a subprimal.
Because it connects to the rib too.
Okay. So now in the short loin, obviously it goes down about midway. What is the bottom part of that? Like closer to like the belly area,
Talking about
like
the flesh and everything?
like the short rib bottom part.
No, it's like we're looking at short rib or short loin and
'Cause
short
yeah,
rib.
You got
like,
like where there's like you got rib at the top, obviously at the back, like going up to the spine.
That's where the spinal cord actually travels.
Okay,
That's
so then-
why it's not kosher.
Yeah. So then it drops down to where the short rib is.
Yeah, it's not kosher.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
But
Hold-
the short loin runs the length of both of those.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna
now-
come back to that.
And now, so are you getting?
There's
You're getting your steaks. I'm going with off of the top part of the
Yeah.
of the short loin.
Mhm.
What comes from the bottom part of the short loin?
sirloin.
Just like the base,
So-
Sirloin, yeah.
just okay.
Yeah.
Sirloin steaks. Like
Sirloin
just-
steak, yeah. The top sirloin and everything, and you get the picanha.
Oh wait, picanha comes from where?
So, from the sirloin.
Oh,
Man,
It's
I
the
was
cap.
getting there. I was getting there.
It
Alright.
was the cap on the sirloin.
I'm assuming ribeye comes from like.
You made the comment. It's
It's not kosher. Yeah,
kosher. So what?
not kosher.
So
What makes it kosher
I
or
learned
not kosher?
something
What,
the other day, and the
what
picanha
cut?
comes from the sirloin cap, and I was getting there. And where the fuck is the cap?
the cap.
Pull.
Damn, dude.
No, like
Shot you
whenever you
down.
see a whole sirloin, it's got a cap on it, and then you got the center cut of the sirloin. Okay, you take that cap off. It's usually about 2.5, 3 pounds, depending on how big the sirloin was.
Okay.
But yeah, and then you take the silver skin off. You leave that fat cap on it because you got to have that fat. That's
Right.
the best part of it.
So like before you cut down a picanha into, am I saying that correctly?
Picanha, yeah.
Before you cut that down into steaks,
I
like
don't cut them in steaks.
So is that one piece?
That's one piece.
Like so that's what so when we get it from you, that is like
That's one
all
piece.
of it.
That's
That
all
is
of it.
the
That's-
whole thing.
that's the whole piece.
There's only 2 of that on the cow.
Yeah,
Okay. I didn't know if like it was like cut down,
that's why it's so expensive.
and then so because then it gets it like for like the Brazilian barbecue, like they'll cut it into like more manageable pieces so
They
that they
could-
can curve it onto like
onto their
the
skewer.
spit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now, all right, now for the kosher thing, okay, it cannot touch the spinal cord.
No meat.
See,
No
I
meat can touch-
did not know that.
Yeah, it's considered unclean, and
So
yeah.
you're telling me that like the chuck rib, top short loin, top sirloin, and rump are all out.
No, they don't touch the spine.
What does? I mean, that's what looks to me as would touch the spine.
The ribs are on the side and everything. Don't ask me how this works out, but they can eat prime rib and everything.
I was
And
going to
they
say, like,
definitely
literally,
eat
the
hell out of
ribs
brisket.
connect to the backbone. That would be the spine. How? But okay. Again,
Yeah.
we don't make religious movements. It's fine.
Same time, I always laugh because they say it's more ethical treatment. And I'm like, actually, it's more inhumane than anything else. They slit the throats. They don't fucking name them. Just
Well, let's move on.
yeah,
Keep it.
yeah, I got you.
That's not. I mean-
Because I got some more shit to pull up, and I'm about to make Dilly do a Google search.
Well, then you can move on to your more shit, but I don't feel like anything he said was out of
I don't think it's.
tone or line or. I mean, we get it. The animals have to be killed for people to eat. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I mean, so. Yes. Dispatching of animals.
You would hope that if a deer died in the road, hopefully its meat would be usable. It's just
I said the last part of it.
it's probably not true, but if a deer died on the road, you hope you
try
get to
to-
eat it.
I would go like to the one right there, maybe that one, because the comparison. Because we got him on the topic. Like I like hanging out in the butcher corner every now and then.
Dangerous fucking shit right there.
Are you talking about ground turkey or ground beef?
Ground turkey.
Yeah.
Okay, so like just comparing the two
Ground beef's
side
always
by
we have
side.
always healthier than fucking turkey.
Okay, what about ground bacon? But hold on, we're not. Don't go moving around, Billy. Like, let's just stick with where we're at right now.
Since you have the chart of nutrition up,
I
let's
just-
go across the nutrition chart. Ground beef versus ground turkey. So everything I say will be ground beef first, ground turkey second. We're going to start with calories, 178 to 181. Protein.
So hold on, real fast. Let's discuss this. They're not always a negative thing to have more calories because that's just how you measure energy in food.
Can I hit like 3 because we're going to be here a while?
I'm just saying, it's just because that's the one that turkey won on the. And I don't want people to think that ground beef has less calories than turkey. It's got to be better. So it depends on what your fucking calorie count is for the day. Go ahead, continue.
But it evens out. It's like a win-lose-win here. So,
Okay.
again, I'm going to do 3 at a time. Calories, 178 to 181. Protein, 25 grams to 23 grams. And then fat, 8 grams to 9.9 grams. So, again, this is ground beef to turkey.
And then I'm going with this is by the ounce.
And that's a pound
Is that per pound?
per pound.
Okay,
I guess 178 calories per. Well, go back up.
I would just like to...
3 ounces.
no, 3 ounces. Well, however, the difference between... let's head below 3 ounces of... Yeah, it's 3 ounces. So 3 ounces of lean ground beef.
So
By the way, I
so
feel
we're
like
going
that
less
is
than less than a quarter pound burger
Yeah.
patty is what we're talking.
This
about.
is also not an hour burger patty because this is a lean burger patty. So,
So this
admittedly,
is this like a 90,
The-
90-10?
I'm going to go with
93.7.
an 80-20 or a 90-10 definitely.
No, it's okay.
It says
Both
both 7% fat, so yeah,
93.7.
90-10 is probably
super super fucking lean.
90-10 is
Dry
a
as
good guess.
fuck.
But
Yeah.
again, 178 to 181 ground
Perfect
turkeys.
for tacos.
Coming in a little higher in calories, a little lower in protein, and a little higher in fat. So I don't understand, at least off the first three.
Well, we never understood anyway, so let's continue.
You're right. But at least off the first three, ground beef is kind of coming in the lead. So the next three are saturated fat, cholesterol, and sodium. And we have 3.3 saturated fat to 2.5.
Those are grams.
76 milligrams to 88 milligrams of cholesterol, and then 73 milligrams to 76.5 milligrams of sodium. Now, ground turkey, again, coming in higher.
There's a reason
on
for that.
2 out of 3.
They usually got salt and brine in them.
Well, yeah, things are going to be injected
Yeah.
at some point.
Especially-
I would like to think that these animals were like, the cow was happy and licking a salt block.
I'm just really curious,
but that's
though.
probably not realistic.
I mean, like, looking at it right now,
They're filled with hugs and kisses.
out of the first 6, just out of the first 6, we haven't gotten to the later parts, but out of the first 6, ground turkey isn't better for you than ground beef so far. And I don't understand why. Like, we're talking minuscule amounts either way. Like,
I think
I understand.
right here, what are we looking at? Like almost a gram. We'll call it almost a gram in saturated fat. In the almost. And
that's the greatest difference so far.
Yeah, and I think it's like it's a fucking gram, dude. Like
Yeah.
have you ever seen like the weight, like the actual weight that is a gram, and like put it in your hand and you can barely tell it's there. Like
Here's my question though, and
it's like that's less than like a nug.
this is gonna be a little bit tough, but like let's say body fat, right? So you have muscle versus body fat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right now, ground beef has 178 calories of protein versus 181 in turkey. So turkey sounds like it's up.
Yeah.
But if you go to the next point, protein is 25 grams for ground beef and 23 grams for ground turkey.
So-
I feel like this is like body mass index versus like actual weight. You know what I
Right,
mean?
so-
Like,
so
yeah,
out-
you
like-
have 230 pounds, but only 170 of it is actually valuable.
Yeah, and you got okay. I mean, I feel you on that. Like, I mean, the difference.
Like you're saying that you have 181 calories,
But not everybody is looking for the protein, bro. Let's move on to the iron content.
Why are you eating meat without looking for protein? Are you fucking vegan? Get out of here. Again.
No, you wouldn't be eating meat anyway.
So moving on to past sodium, we're now on iron, zinc, and vitamins B6 and B12. Iron for ground beef comes in at 2.7 milligrams and at 1.3 milligrams for turkey. Zinc is 5.9 milligrams for ground beef and 3.2 milligrams for ground turkey. Vitamin B6 is the same across the board at 0.4 milligrams, and vitamin B12 comes in at 2.4 and 1.6 milligrams. Now again,
is B12 the sun one? Is that like because the cows get to be outside?
I want to say no, but to be honest, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that's vitamin D. But
I think you're right.
Yeah.
in any case, looking at the whole spectrum, like ground turkey may give you less
Saturated fat.
saturated fat and less protein. Like you're getting less benefit.
But the
for-
cholesterol level, I think, is also like a big mark here.
Yeah. And the fucking sodium.
I mean, again, you're getting less benefit for more downside, is what I'm looking
Yeah.
at here. Like, and that's what I
And,
was
like,
getting
and
at.
you need the iron and zinc to produce blood.
Well,
The
not even-
saturated fat is not that big of a deal when you look at like what the benefits are the rest of the way down.
You're getting more salt, more cholesterol, more saturated fat, and less vitamins. That's really what I'm looking at here. Like you get half of the vitamins almost. Well, all right, 2/3 of the vitamins of B12. You get almost half the vitamins of zinc. Like ground turkey may be good in cholesterol, but to be honest, like
well, honestly, it's not even cholesterol. Duly scrolled, and I can't read the rest
Yeah,
of
I
it.
know.
But it's not even good in cholesterol. It's just like we're just looking at saturated fat, and I think marketing has put saturated fat in such a bad place, and like it's like almost as bad as like trans fats and all this. And but again, the sacrifice for the saturated fat versus the benefits of the beef.
doesn't seem like it's there.
Yeah, it's just not there. Butcher, your opinion?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of ground turkey. It's
Now
it's
the producer
dangerous.
dangerous
Mm-hmm.
in your line of work, not cooking it at your house.
Not well. At the same time, okay. What is the most recalled meat?
You tell me. You're the butcher.
Ground turkey and ground chicken. Okay, because whenever you grind the meat up, okay, you're making it a lot smaller, more surface space, so bacteria can grow a lot faster.
Right. And that's why you can't age ground beef.
Yeah. Yeah. At the same time, when you're dealing with poultry, you already have to worry about salmonella.
Okay, yeah.
So it's like the best example I can give is, all right, we tried to bring in ground turkey.
You tried.
We tried.
I remember.
Yeah. Like, it came in.
That was back in the day.
Yeah, it came in and
It was a Tuesday.
It came in 1 pound packs, already ground and everything. Like, it was ground somewhere else and everything, and then it came in that way. We had it in the case for about a day and a half, 2 days. It didn't sell, so we had to put it in the freezer and everything, so we didn't lose the product.
Right.
And then, like, it literally sat in the freezer and just took up freezer space. Nobody would buy it because it was frozen. I'm like, well, you're not going to last more than 2 days.
Right.
It's natural.
Right.
Okay. We end up throwing it all away.
Should have just called the producer.
Fast forward 2 months.
Should have bought all that shit.
Fast forward 2 months.
2 months.
Okay. The company that we got it from had to recall over 3 million pounds of ground turkey because it killed 16 people.
Wow.
After that, boss man said, you know what? I'm not losing my butcher shop for a pound of fucking ground turkey.
I don't think that falls on the shop.
Oh, no, they'll sue you.
Who?
The family will sue.
No, they'll sue you, but then you it's in a recall situation.
Yeah.
Like you're not in the microbiology lab. Like you're at the butcher shop and you bought it,
Yeah.
and you're just in the resale.
Yeah.
Like so, I don't think. Like if you sold a product that you knew was recalled,
Then
now you're in trouble. But I don't foresee you being in trouble because you bought a product that was ground,
Yeah.
and it ended up being, contaminated at some point.
Yeah.
They would just have to prove when they sold it as to when.
Well, I mean, like, and when you sold it, and like, when did you get the information? But yeah,
I mean, that's a tough call all the way
we're on the
around.
recall. He's like on the recall. Of
Yeah,
turkey.
I mean that's a tough call all the way around because I think it was bacon most recently. I saw this on. Was it bacon?
No,
yeah, fuck it.
strawberries.
I'll take one.
Strawberries.
Strawberry? No. Well,
Yeah,
I'm going bacon.
There was
Well,
a strawberry.
I'm going bacon.
Strawberries give hepatitis.
Nope. See, that might have been
Yeah.
recent, but that's not what I saw.
ABC.
Huh? Hepatitis A.
Hey,
Yeah. But everybody's like, I don't know how this could happen. We're like, well, it's called, you've got migrant workers in the fields that are not getting paid very much, so they don't stop to take breaks, and they just literally defecate in the fucking fields. Yeah.
yep, fantastic.
Anyway.
Hold on. Before you move on to the next topic. Dooley, how the fuck was your week? You realize we didn't.
We haven't moved. I know.
I know.
We've been on the butcher
Butcher.
corner.
I feel like it's time. It's time.
I fed my regular.
All right, we can move on.
I was waiting for
Go
it.
ahead.
I fed my regular, and he had sauce literally all over his face.
I was making a joke, but I really thought you were going to say regulars. You just said you fed your regular. Like the single dude? Like just the one. We fed our regular, the one guy that comes in.
I'm getting there. I was about to talk about my employees that came to the truck. PJ and Red, they came to the truck. Got a best Philly and a regular burger. And they saved it for their next shift. And they said if they could not find it in the walk-in
I'm
where they hid
fucking
them.
confused.
What?
So they bought food and then deliberately wanted to eat it later, the
Yes.
next
No, they
day.
ate half of it.
Okay,
And then...
Saving it.
Yeah.
Saving half. Okay, there
that's not like that's how the producer eats. That's not how I eat. I eat in the hopes that she will eat the way she does, so that therefore I will find her shit in the refrigerator and I will eat it.
Especially on that fucking Philly.
It's good cold. It's
It's
good
good.
hot. It's good at room temperature. It's good 4 hours sitting on the dashboard.
Shit, my boss even said that. He's like, dude, if it's this good when it's fucking cold, I can't wait to try this shit fresh.
Well, from what
Why?
both of them have told me, apparently they're threatening people if they touch their food, they would cut them. So apparently our food's that fucking good.
Did she like her mac and cheese sample?
Yes, she did.
Good.
And
That
she-
was a hella experience.
And she told me to tell you thank you for that. So, but Yeah, Adam, when I get cooking the burger at work and everything,
I'm
he
disappointed that you waited like 4 days. I mean, yes, we ground it that day, and then you took it, and then it took you 4 days to
It's
feed it
better
to him.
aged sometimes.
that was a Monday. I'm off. Tuesday, I'm off. Wednesday, he wasn't there. He went out with my bartender, who was off that day. They just bar hopped. So he didn't come back to the hotel till like fucking
Thursday?
midnight, and I'm already gone an hour ago. So,
Or you're still drinking in the parking lot. See, you could have
Or
brought up
no.
a fold-up propane grill. You could have hooked them up right there on the spot.
What if I did it on a char grill? Then I'm losing
Tailgate.
flavor, bro.
Well, that is true. That is true. But if
Jason,
you
bring Blackstone.
but those portable Coleman grills are not fucking. They're gas. They got a flat top. Fold up, fit in the back of your car. Bam. But continue.
But apparently,
And if you did it on a char grill, you would probably set the char grill on fire. But
yeah, more or
we've
less.
seen it on TV.
This grill is on fire. Fire, fire.
Like, I gave him the sauce on the side because I was like, I don't know how much you want on there, so I'll just let you have
So
it.
you get the deluxe.
Yeah,
you
I cooked bacon because I wanted to have their bacon fat on the flat top when I cooked the buns.
So smart.
So
The way it's supposed to be.
So I did all that, and then I was like, "Here's the sauce on the side. I don't know how much you want to add to it. I don't know if you want me to add to it. So here's your leisure." And after he tried the first bite with the sauce, he just dumped the whole fucking thing on the burger and just started eating it.
Like a true fat kid.
And
What
PJ
kind of
came-
sauce?
The bite sauce.
Bite sauce.
And PJ, the bartender, comes over to him, and it's up his nose. Like he just
Not for snorting. Do we need to put that on the label?
Apparently.
Like that's
No,
the best
no,
part
no.
because if you put it on a label, someone's gonna look at it and like, "Fuck, man, somebody
Somebody
did that."
did. Yeah. Somebody started this shit.
if you want to, but it wasn't just the sauce that was up his nose. It was the burger, the bun. Like he was.
Ooh. Should we go with like only oral?
Only for oral consumption.
I don't want to know what you've been doing with this horseradish sauce.
Like, and PJ
That's a
came
spicy
over to
meatball.
him and wiped it off his face. And as she's like wiping his face off, she was about to start grabbing his burger so she could take the last bite of it. And apparently he started growling at her and be like, "Get the fuck away from my burger." So that's why she came. She's like, "I guess when y'all go to Big Ugly, I got to come and get a burger because
Don't fuck around with the fat kids.
Adam growled at me." So, but that was pretty much my week.
The highlight of your week,
Was serving fat kid food at work.
Jason,
and then coming to work on the food truck.
Yeah.
Jason, how was our week?
Well, I mean, there was Friday. Dooley was there. It was pretty fucking awesome.
Well, that's just one day.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
it's
I
really-
try to remember. Like we
Y'all
went
were
to
busy as shit last
we went
week.
to the trucker spot.
Yeah, we went to Kinder Morgan, which was
I mean, we don't
cool
normally-
and weird.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought it was a good shift.
it was
was-
cool.
it was a good
because,
shift.
like
You
I've
could know
never.
it.
Like it's the fuel transfer station
Yeah.
It was just
in
cool.
Chesapeake. So like rail cars pull up,
Yeah.
unload into these huge fucking tanks, and they're like labeled like jet fuel.
Well, we don't we don't know if they unload or load.
True. We don't know
They-
how.
there are rail cars
It
that
is,
pull up.
it is a transfer station.
There are 18 wheelers that pull up and they fill them and then they disperse. And we don't
So-
know if the rail cars are loading or
So
unloading.
we like pull
but-
up. Well, first off, we didn't know where we were going, so we were there early. We drove past the gate
Because
it's
it's
a
a gate.
closed gate.
It's a
So,
gate. Yeah, it's a
"All right,
gate.
That's not where we need to be, so we keep going. And they come down and get us, and like, cause
We got to the
we're
s-
traveling to like nowhere.
Well, we got to the second entrance, which was nothing. It had a sign that said, "Go back to the first entrance." And so we were like, well, maybe we should go that way. And then literally a truck pulled up behind us and said,
With the yellow flashy lights.
"Hey, you should go back one entrance."
One entrance, go there. So once we get there, then we sit there because it's a gate.
Yeah.
And it's not an automatic gate. Like, you have to be buzzed in. Like, we're on some, like,
Or you have like a code or something.
or apparently like a garage door opener, because
So like, I feel like all the 18
they
wheelers
were just
have their
fucking
own.
clicking shit.
Like
yeah.
they just pull up, click it, and the gate opens, and they drive in. Like
So anyway,
because the guard shack was empty.
yeah, we found that out the hard way. The gate opened.
Well, Alex
we
found that out. I
Yes,
did not.
he was driving the truck. The gate opened. I went to the guard shack to find out where to go, and I saw some pants and a jacket next to the bathroom door.
That
was-
seems awkward, and let's not do that.
Well, no one was in there. I can tell you that.
There was no one in the bathroom.
There was no one in the
without
bathroom.
their pants and jacket.
I'm assuming it was a hot
What
day. First off,
happened?
who the fuck would be wearing pants that day? It was a shorts day. But no one was in the guardhouse. That's the point.
poor guys
That's-
that are working in the hazmat area that have to wear all the gear.
That
Those
sucks
guys.
balls. I hope they make enough money for that. I'm just saying, no one was in the guardhouse. Is what
Stay
we're going
hydrated.
at. Even when the producer pulled up, she was fortunate enough that a truck pulled up behind her.
Just click the gate.
Just,
for
yeah,
her,
like open the gate, get the fuck out of the way.
and then tried to pass her like in the gate.
I literally
This gate is not that
looked
big,
at
dude.
someone. It
Yes.
has nothing to do with the truck behind me.
I mean, all in all, though, we did have a pretty good week.
It
We
was
had
interesting. It was fun.
We had I think one of our I'd say our second calendar problems.
Yeah.
If we're being honest, we had a calendar problem this week where we misscheduled something.
well, it
That's
kinda
the best way
worked,
you can put it.
Then
I
it
mean-
kind of didn't work, but then it worked out. Like it was working, not working, then working. Like
It
yeah.
we screwed up. Let's face it.
we.
You can call it me. That's fair. I don't give a fuck. You can call it me. I'm just saying.
We're in this together.
This
It was
is
we.
this is probably one of, I'm not going to say the first, but one of the first times we've fucked up our scheduling because we
This
definitely
is,
tried.
I've definitely fucked up before.
we
and
tried to
double-booked
keep
us.
on track of this. I mean, like, and
Yep.
that,
Like, we
there's
we
three
have-
schedules, and
yeah.
they were. I will admit, all three schedules were the same.
That
they
is
were
true.
just all
Wrong.
wrong. Yeah. So, I mean, shit happens.
I mean,
Shit happens.
I mean,
I've
thank
gotten
goodness.
talked shit about much worse.
Thank goodness there was an event that needed our address.
That they-
because if they did not call,
We would not have
we
been
would
there.
not have been there.
No, not at all. So yeah, I mean, it was an interesting week for us. Now you continue on what you had for Butcher's Corner. You know, I think that covers it for us, right? Anything important that we need to
So
cover?
we do not want to talk about the city because I kind of want to talk about the fucking city.
I'm down to fucking talk about the city. Fuck the city. Let's go. What you got? I mean, I'm on it. Fuck the city.
So I mean, we're
Fuck.
gonna rewind back a couple months.
We're gonna totally on board with something in the water and fuck Virginia Beach. That's where we're at.
Look, man, they've rectified the situation. It just took a little bit of time.
They did not rectify it. We rectified it because if they hadn't, we would have. But how about that? That there's a difference between like, oh, they did it versus they were pushed to do it.
So we back up. I don't know what, March 8th.
Yeah, 3 months ago.
March 8th, when the city received our paperwork for our license.
And our payment,
Yes.
which they have fully admitted in the paper they gave us today.
So we go back and forth. Like, okay, so we submit our paperwork, like we have done. This is the third time, I think, for our business license. So
Get sprayed.
we get that time he did, and so they send it back to us, and they're like, hey, you need to fill out this itemized portion. And the butcher and I have talked about this itemized portion before, and I was like, well, we don't itemize because we bought the food truck as one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it was one purchase. And then, so they wanted to know, like, well, did you buy, like, tongs? Like, you want me to list every fucking set of tongs?
You don't have enough
Like-
lines for that.
Yeah, like, they were like, good. Well, you can make an Excel
Yeah,
sheet.
they were basically saying like you can claim the truck and then everything else, and it
Two
was
packets,
like okay,
small
all right.
wares.
Yeah.
Here's your shit.
So
Anyway,
you don't want a complete list, just a general bullshit here.
so we send that back. It gets sent back again. We had to modify something else. We send it back again. This is probably still in March.
Which
Maybe,
again,
because we had to call
here's the
every
important
time.
Yeah, here's the important part is that they never contacted us about anything that
First
was
time.
wrong.
First time it was because
No, well, they only contacted us because
the
it
very
wasn't
first time-
acceptable,
no, because we mailed it to them.
and it said
They mailed it back.
well, it said if it's the same as last year, put same as last year. So that's what we did. Same as last year. Sent it off. We got a call that said you can't file same as last year, but it's the same as last year. So we couldn't file the same as last year. We just had to file the same as last year.
Got it. So on our third attempt,
That was kind of impressive. I thought you were about to grab your nuts.
for our third attempt at this.
That's not
sending
a joke.
our license in. So the license goes in, and we wait around for like a month. We're like, I've been checking the mail every day for our license. And so,
No license.
So we email them back. I'm like, hey, we still haven't gotten our license. And they're like, oh, it's because we're waiting on your background check. Like,
Well, that would have been good to
that'd
know.
been cool. Like, because I didn't do a background check because no one told me that there was a background check to be done.
Yeah.
Hey, apparently you're supposed to do them every year.
Yeah, every year. We did it once. This is our third license. So,
Oh, and that did come up because they were like, well, obviously you didn't get a license last year. Like, here's the email that said we did.
yeah.
We got a license last year with
You
no
emailed it
background
to
checks.
us.
No, we didn't do shit last year except renew. That was it, and you guys sent us
And
some
I'm
shit.
pretty sure we wrote same as last year.
Yeah,
Sent it
on
to
our
you.
shit. Because it was the same as last year.
So we go and get the background checks done. All right, you need background checks, fine. Get it. Rules change. You know, it's fluid, is what we're gonna call it.
I
So-
like how you said rules change, by the way.
Yeah, no, they are not laws.
Laws didn't change.
No, just rules. So we go and get background checks. We email them. He's like, cool. He's like, thank you. I will add it to your file. Another couple weeks go by.
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
3 weeks. 3 weeks go by, and I was like, wow.
Hey, man,
Maybe
we
I
haven't.
should, maybe I should email him and like, hey.
We
like,
haven't heard from you. Haven't seen anything. Like, what's going on?
Mind you, this is 3 months.
Yeah.
3 months in.
We were
yeah.
halfway through the season, halfway through the year. And then so he's like, oh, I'm just going to send it up to my superior and get approval. I'm like, cool, you didn't do that
When we
When
sent
you-
it to you?
three,
Okay.
3 weeks ago. So then we get an email back and it's like, we cannot issue a license because there is something on your background.
Something.
Yeah.
Something on your back. Just anything. Doesn't matter what it is. Anything on your background.
There's anything. Yeah, that's what it was. There's
Anything.
I'm pretty
No.
sure he said something
No.
because that's when we dug deeper.
It doesn't
And-
matter. Something, anything, same words at this point. Because apparently, according to the police, if you have anything on your record, no matter what it is, you can't have a business.
You
Or
cannot-
you can't have a peddler's license.
A peddler's
Sorry.
license.
Sorry. Yes, very specifically. Because I don't give a fuck. We were definitely about to sue the city because that's some bullshit. You can tell me no one in the city has a license that doesn't have a record. You can fuck off.
You're going to tell me every food truck owner has never had any violation on their record ever?
Ever. No, you can fuck off. I can tell you right
Because
now, that's
the
bullshit.
violation on my shit happened when I was 17.
Which shouldn't have
It
shown up,
shouldn't
by the
even
way.
be on my record.
And, however, for whatever
surfing.
reason, it did show up. But they did provide him a letter saying that it was okay by the police that apparently we were supposed to provide. We were never provided, but the police apparently provided for them. I like all this shit
Just
that we're
2 years
supposed to
ago.
have. Yeah, all this shit we're supposed to have. Like, oh, the police should have given you a letter. Like, the police never gave us anything except for here's your background check, and that's what we turned in. And they were like, oh, they had to give you a letter to approve your background check. Like, but no, they didn't. And then last
I
year,
just gave them $15 and they handed me a piece of paper. Actually, they handed me 2 copies because they know one of them's going to you
and one
I
of them's
probably
come from
need
me.
one.
Yeah. And here's what's fucked up is like even if you could say like, all right, well that was last year. Like this is this year.
Guess
like,
what? They stamped them both to make sure that they're legit. Continue.
I mean, again, like I don't understand any of
There's
their
no-
logic
there's-
because there is no logic. And just like I said earlier, every time we go to the city hall, it's something different. We are never. I feel like we might be operating illegally because we've never filled out the actual form for a peddler's permit.
We have peddler permit.
Somehow, but we've never filled out the application for it. So
I mean,
again,
I
like,
feel-
how does that work out? Like
I feel like we need to fill that one out instead of the business license one because I think we would save money
on the
on the background checks.
yeah, because it's included. It's included in the permit.
Or do they just charge you?
It
more?
does not. No, it does not say that. It says fees are. It has an asterisk. Fees are included. So we've apparently been paying extra for something that we shouldn't be paying extra for because it should already be included in the peddler license that we
then they
have
wanna give us a
that
hard
we
time
haven't
about
applied
it.
for. No one knows the fuck is going on. That's where we're at. Just-
Anyway, we got the license. You just kind of squeaky wheel gets the grease. I'm gonna take a moment real fast.
Uh-oh.
This podcast is brought to you by Smith Sandwiches, home of the Bag O' Schmidt combo and the Flaming Bag of Schmidt. Hey, you got some Schmidt on your face.
Cut that Schmidt out.
So, like,
You
let's talk
almost-
about. So let's get back to food. We've talked enough about this. And, you know, hopefully we can squeeze this in the time frame.
We've talked about how much Virginia Beach sucks, because I could talk about more. I mean, something in the water has a whole lot to say.
So the producer, like, is the topic I want to get into. We're going to save for next week because I feel like it's going to be too long, and it involves like food shortages and what we need to look at and everything. But we're not going to dive into that today. That'll be next Monday's podcast. But so the producer brought something to my attention, and she's wondering why people are why are people starting to call hot dogs glizzies? Glizzies?
It's an internet thing.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Well, Dooley, you have the Google machine at the fingertips. I want to know. I've never heard anyone call a
Glizzy?
hot dog a glizzy.
A glizzy?
A glizzy.
I figured it must be a regional thing that's making its way down.
That's what I was thinking. Like, is it kind of like a ripper? Like, you know, a deep fried hot dog. Like, you know, you have that natural casing and it pops open.
Yeah.
And like, so I do not know. I think maybe, okay. Slang term for gun. What? All right. So, what InTheKnow.com says a glizzy is a hot dog. It was originally slang term for gun in Washington D.C.'s metropolitan area, also known as the DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles. What? I don't know. Anyway,
Don't
but
motherfucker section? What?
yeah, but according to Hip Hop DX, it became the nickname for hot dogs because the length of the barbecue staple is similar to an extended clip on a gun. See, I would have went for like the silencer,
Yeah.
you know. So it's gun related. Glizzies are. I don't think. Evidently, it is catching on. I wish it wouldn't. Under like. What are you guys reading?
Which is kind of funny because I was talking to a dude yesterday. Of course, I gave him a card because that's some.
Were you
what I
getting a
do.
glizzy at 7-Eleven?
No, there's
That just sounds wrong.
there's
That just sounds so
It
wrong.
sounds like you're in the bathroom and probably
Is
going to
it-
end up with herpes.
right. Hey, I'm going to the bathroom and get a glizzy real quick. Hey,
Yeah.
you want to go to the hospital after that? Yeah, sure. Got you.
Yeah, you drop me off.
But
Sounds like it's going to itch or something.
this dude,
Why is it burned?
This dude, he's a food photographer.
Sensuous.
He's a food photographer and fucking fly. And also his girlfriend or some shit like that is in like sales. I was talking to them, giving them the food truck card. They started looking up everything. Apparently, you need to start doing reels of the food.
Yeah, they keep telling me that, man. Reels take fucking time.
Yeah.
It's not.
So
Reels are the
apparently,
thing. I
there's
get it.
a carnival at Mount Trashmore. Like you can see it from Crown Plaza.
Yeah, I can see it.
And
It's at
I drove past it.
It's at Farmer's Market right now.
and
And I made a comment, and I was like, you know what they really should do is put that fucking big ass Ferris wheel on top of Mount Trashmore because it'd be way fucking cooler.
right.
I think you got to worry about the tilt.
You know what?
Like, you know,
If you're gonna ride on a ride that rode down the interstate, I feel like
you're taking
fuck
life
it.
in your hand anyway, so fuck it, right? Yeah.
Go get a glizzy and get on that Ferris wheel.
But like it was funny, like
Don't
it's
choke
funny that
on
you're
it.
saying like you're talking about that shit right now because he's literally like, "Hey, honey, you want to go? You go to the carnival, get the glizzy?" And I was like, "Did you just call a glizzy a hot dog, like a hot dog a glizzy?" He's like, "Yeah, that's what everyone calls up in DC." I'm like, "Why?"
They're not the smartest of people.
Yeah, I don't know, man. She like, I thought it was a style,
Yeah.
like Ripper. You know, I'm sure there's other styles of hot dogs. Like, I mean, everyone has like a Chicago dog. Like, you know, the Baltimore dog has like the what is it?
Old Bay. Grab me.
The New York style. Like, there's definitely like regional
Chicago
hot dog.
style.
Like
Call
in
it
New
a-
Jersey's the Ripper, I
Yeah,
believe.
there's an actual hot dog too. They actually
Yeah,
special.
yeah, they make it a
It's
specific
different.
way in order for
Yeah.
it to sit in the fryer.
And it-
And I really thought that this was. I kind of got a little excited, and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna make some glizzies." Like we figured it out.
That's
Like,
where this shit came from too, by the way.
Yeah. What am I looking at? TikTok trend. eating a glizzy?
Or sucking off hot dogs. Like,
Oh no,
Whoa.
Alright.
no.
Yeah,
You
no,
I didn't know
Moving
that.
on that.
I didn't know that's what that was.
Yeah, is that where you went, Dooley?
It was right here.
Third
Right
page, man. Third page.
Yeah, right. You
Right-
went too
right
far on
here,
the Google.
right here.
You want
The first link.
yeah.
He said that was the first fucking thing.
All right, so we're gonna close this one out here in a second. So all the new cooking videos that I've seen recently, like the TikToks and all the shit, it's what we used to refer to as the tasty style video.
Yeah.
It's just like the quick boom, 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 boom,
And
just
then
like make it final product, blah blah blah. And I was like, I really kind of liked our way better. Like
Yeah.
when we showed our fuck ups and the mistakes and all that stuff, and like
And the drunken voiceover.
so yeah, well, I mean that. Here's my question: like we're gonna bring it back up next week, and everyone's got a little time to think about it, and we're gonna do it. Like we really have to cook something. What do we cook next? Like what is the new trend? Like what are the things? Is there anything out there that's like? I feel like the last thing we put a cheeseburger inside a pizza. Like it's.
I remember that was good shit.
And like, what do we do next? Like, we need to come up with something again, and we need to, have Dooley behind the camera, and let's fucking make something stupid. But we haven't done that in a hot minute, and I
Yeah.
feel like gotta get back to the roots.
Because we got sidetracked there for a while because of sandwiches and everything.
Yeah, well, that was a year of sandwiches, and my
Yeah.
bad. I did not realize how much shit that was going to take. I mean, I haven't seen anything.
It put us down a good path. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we
yeah,
had
that's
we
a
had
year's
some
worth-
adventures.
A year of content.
Had
but-
some adventures.
But like again, like what do we do? Like I mean, I don't like. We've smoked so many things.
Yeah.
We've cooked so many things. Like what is the next move? Like what does anyone have anything that you've seen? I mean, burritos, tacos. I mean, shit, they were delicious, but shit, that's not even hard anymore. We've cooked a cow's head over hanging off a chain on a fire.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're looking for something new, the best thing we could possibly go is maybe regional. Like we're gonna start doing regional specialties.
So let's.
Because that could be, like, let's go China, let's go Brazil, let's go.
Like that. Oh, you went.
Yeah, that's international.
Yeah, international. I was like
I'm
regional,
going
like
fucking-
North Carolina barbecue.
Well, no, I mean, like what
Maryland's
kind of,
beef.
what region, like what's their specialty in that region? Because all right,
Oh,
that's a good
like-
example though. Like North Carolina,
I'm going
barbecue.
stupid.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, half of the United States is barbecue.
It
Well,
depends
that's-
which side of North Carolina you're in, too. Because they got two different sauces.
That's a sauce issue. That is not dealing with the meat. All right, I'm talking about.
I feel
meat.
like they take care of the meat the same way. They just put a different sauce
Sauce
on
on
it.
it.
Agreed.
Is that vinegar or is that the red vinegar? Because I don't want the red vinegar because that's spicy. I want the clear vinegar.
I'm just
mustard
saying. You know, like
base.
I feel like again that is a.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I want to do something stupid
I
and fun.
Okay. Remember how you thought about the whole, hey, what should we do? And I said, hey, let's do a breakfast sausage.
Yeah,
And then we did
made-
the spaghetti sausage.
and
What
taco
about-
sausage?
Turn it around and make the meat as the noodle. Casing. Small as you can, spaghetti.
that won't never. Like, there's no.
I don't
First
fucking know.
off, like someone would have to make the casings that small, and then make the device that would fit onto the grinder that would shove it into those little ass casings. I like we're at like flipping something backwards. But
Literally flip,
but,
like-
like meat noodles is not. The
I'm not into the casing part, but meat noodles is possible.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Oh, so that's actually
I
actually
just
a
Like that's
dish
a
at
doable
restaurant.
thing.
like fuck
Tuna
pasta.
noodles.
It's now 40-30-30 burger fucking pasta.
See, I don't know if that would work.
Or
However,
even
I
just-
do
or
feel
just
like
a regular ass burger.
a
just
fatty enough. I mean, 40-30-30 might work, but a fatty enough meat could hold its consistency as a noodle.
See, I'm dumb as
I'm
fuck, but I'm
thinking-
smart sometimes.
Sure.
I don't think.
You gotta cook
I
it.
think you're misspeaking, and I don't think a fatty enough meat is going to hold its consistency. I think we're gonna have to make like some sort of meat with a binder, and then run it through like a macaroni die, and it's gonna have to have some sort of binder in order to hold shape.
See, I'm
and then I'm
thinking-
worried that like once you try to boil said noodle, or like it's gonna lose its integrity.
I got a
See,
thought process. You ready?
like-
Here we go. So you
Where-
grind it. As you grind it in the grinder, it's coming out in pasta sheets. The second grind,
Sheet pasta.
well, not sheets, but it's coming out in pasta noodles. You know what I mean? Like the second grind, it is noodleish.
Macaroni or
Let's call spaghetti.
That's like angel hair.
It's not quite as fine as angel. Let's go spaghetti.
Okay.
So, during our second grind, which is when we get finer or smaller on the grind, we are now into what we would call a spaghetti meat noodle. Now, I do not think that if you blanched or poached or cooked in a water bath that noodle would work out.
No.
However, do you think that a fried, and I mean a quick fry, like as it comes out of the, as it comes out,
I see what we're talking about.
it would literally just hit the fryer for maybe 20 seconds and then come out. Now, would that be considered a meat noodle? Because it would be cooked meat, it would be in the shape of a noodle. Like, at what point would spaghetti no longer include the noodle? Like, it's just meat spaghetti.
well, spaghetti's a shape.
Well, again, that's what I'm calling the shape of the meat, is spaghetti shaped. Because that's the best I got. I'm just saying, if you could potentially fry spaghetti shaped meat noodles, at what point do you need actual noodles?
I think in what you're speaking of, hold on.
Because I did see a dude basically go, oh, so they're making, oh, okay.
Whether you needed it or
That
not,
was
you
me
get
just,
it.
Put my hand out, but
This is the best service I've ever had in my life.
but there's this dude that made a meat carrot. He was like,
It was actually a woman, and she made carrot bacon, and the producer still wants to try that.
I mean, that's
no,
great
no,
and all,
it-
but my point is, look, just the way that we make the burger right now.
It's never going to hold up in a fryer. You're going to need a binder. It's going to have an egg, a bread. Like, you're going to have to make that, like,
As a noodle,
to withstand any cooking, because the fat content in
I
our
think-
burger, like, we have no
See,
idea
I
what
think-
it is.
I think it'll withstand the cooking. I just think it'll become rather starchy. Like, it'll become stiff.
I feel like
Or-
it's going to disintegrate in a
I-
fryer.
or do you think if you could hand make the
Or
pasta,
90-10 fat to
I'm
fat to
saying,
meat
like-
ratio.
I'm saying like when you make
Fat
the
to meat
pasta,
hurt. All right. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I was about to argue with you. Yeah, I'm with you.
but when you make the pasta, usually you have
Fat
a
to
little-
meat hurt.
You have your flour and then your eggs in there and like that. And
Yeah.
mix it all up.
That's
After you
pasta,
mix it
yeah.
up, usually like when you make like your green pasta, you put the spinach in there once you start folding.
Yeah. Well,
What if you kinda-
now you're talking about green pasta. I
You're
mean,
just
like,
changing the
No, no.
color.
No, I'm
so
saying,
you're still
no,
making
no.
pasta. You're just adding meat. I see where you're going.
Yeah, just
but
throw it in.
I don't think that's necessary. Again, like maybe we need to add an egg to the meat. But I feel
There's
like
gonna
we
have to
could
be
get.
a breadcrumb in there. The binder. I mean, you know how anti-binder I am about things.
I know how you are. And admittedly, we're not trying to necessarily make a
But I mean,
spaghetti meat.
yeah, but if you're trying to
it's
make
an interesting
meat
concept.
noodles, that is one thing. And like we're arguing about something that we might not even do. or
Might not.
accomplish.
We're
even
definitely not
possible.
going to do. But this is a great
like,
argument.
But
I don't give a fuck.
The point is, like, what do as like we gotta? I want to shoot another video. Like, we still have videos to edit, but I want to do another one. Like it's summertime.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I feel like we've cooked enough whole animals that there's kind of like
Hey, we haven't
It's
done a
kinda-
whole cow, okay?
it's. I don't have a spit for that yet.
Do you know
I know
someone?
a farmer.
Fuck a spit. Do you know someone? I mean, like, if you can find a whole cow, we'll find a way to cook it.
There's a cow farm that I drive by.
Oh, cow.
Yeah, we can't. I mean, we could build like a cinder block fucking. Stop.
He
Man, I
knows.
could-
He knows full well we could find a way to cook it.
I mean, we could build it.
See, we could find a way to cook it.
I'll pay for building the pit. I am not paying for the cow. And that's expensive.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Butcher, how much is a whole cow?
You don't want to know.
I do.
Yeah.
So
Right now.
I do.
$2,000.
Yeah, no,
You're
higher.
going up
Like, I'm
$5,000.
Huh?
probably closer to
5,000.
6. It's probably 3 for half.
I mean,
Oh,
keep
yeah,
in
those
mind,
are
you're
like
talking
three.
about a whole cow, so that includes the entire breakdown, which includes ribs, shank, everything, sirloin.
Tenderloins.
Okay,
Like,
so-
Which at this point, I would definitely be going, fuck sirloin. Let's go
So
porterhouse.
I'll go to the bank, get a loan, pull out $6,000, tell the dude, and then do the process, and then I'll take the cow.
you're gonna have to deliver
I've
it.
never even talked to the dude, but
I'm just like, no.
They're like, yeah,
No.
I mean,
Dennis, it's okay. We're just gonna throw it on the solid spit that we make out
We
of
have
a
one.
crane.
Why would we make one?
because that bitch ain't holding a cow.
No, hell no. Maybe
You're
veal.
not cooking an entire full half a cow. Each,
See, she said half a cow. I feel like that's a difference.
each section needs its own treatment.
She's
You're
not lying.
putting a whole slab of something.
Julie,
on.
prove her wrong and Google whole cow cooking.
I was about to say,
Because
if you
it
fucking
No,
split
do
a
not Google
cow,
that.
if you split
I'm
what?
not looking at it, so there's no fucking point.
Well,
I'm not
you
going-
don't
I'm not
have
going
to look
I'm not
at
going
it.
to images.
I would.
It's like 2 cages that lock it together, and they have like a fucking this big ass crank that like picks it up and flips it over. Like it's pretty damn cool. We don't have
So
that
everything
technology.
would just taste the same. That
I like how the-
point of
I know.
having an
that's-
I know you're highly disappointed
By
in all
pushing,
of
by
this.
pushing no buttons, Dooley. Just that's kind of like the thing right there. That's the picture.
But
Yeah,
see, here's the
I'm
thing.
saying, why would you waste money for that?
Ironically enough, though, that was the second option. Did you see the first
Yeah,
option?
head.
How to cook a cow head, which we
Because
have
he's
done.
on-
We've
he's
already
on-
done.
He's on my
Done
Google
it.
search, bro.
We've done it. All right, I get it. He's on your Google search.
It's already been Googled once.
I'm gonna push that out of the that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And
All right, so we got a little
Math
homework.
that in your head.
math what in my head? You have to allow 15 to 20 minutes per 500 grams of meat. You want me to gram meat?
Gram?
You good fucking
How
luck,
many
bro.
grams are in a whole cow?
How many grams are in a pound? 28.
In a cow.
I said in a pound because I know that math. It's technically 28.4 if you want to get technical. And in a cow, let's say gram. I got nothing on grams.
All right.
I'm not a fucking Englishman.
An Englishman. Before we get out of here, Dooley, we're gonna hit like the. We're gonna do a recipe, but we're gonna do 2. So before you hit that button, I'll give you the signal.
Is it grams or ounces?
Huh?
Is it grams or ounces? You said recipe. I need some. I
Right
need-
now, I'm on the dip your Doritos in sour cream. You're welcome from the producer.
Oh, this has nothing to do with grams or ounces. Heard.
No. So yeah, when you're at home, dip your Doritos in sour cream. The producer says
Blue
you're
ranch,
welcome.
blue cool ranch, or regular cheesy Doritos.
Cheesy.
Cheesy, yes, but I'm sure either would work.
I see. I need descriptors. This is important shit. This is important chip shit.
All of them don't care. It's a ranch sour cream dip.
It's sour cream and just dip your fucking.
No, I'm saying like they have different flavors, bro. Like French and onion, fucking.
Alright, hit the damn button.
This one.
Yeah, that one.
That
All
one?
right, so the recipe of the day is the summer pasta salad. I got this one via the interwebs. Somebody made it, and I just thought it was super interesting. So you take a box of spiral pasta. You're gonna want to cook that according to the instructions on the box. Probably about 10 minutes. And you're gonna cool that off and set aside. Rinse it because you don't want a heavy starch. All right, then you take this is where it piqued my interest. 2 pouches of mini pepperoni.
Ooh.
like the you
I'm
find
down
them in
with
the
this.
store. They're like
Yeah.
the little bitty ones.
Ounces
Look
per
about.
pound of pasta.
Is that 1 pouch of regular?
The picture said mini pepperonis, and it was awesome. And then you need here's the actual recipe. It says a few baby cucumbers. So you
A
need
few, just a few.
Yeah, because I don't know how big. Like
Cucumbers,
like
not carrots.
like a dill pickle kind of
talking about-
size.
who
And you're
the
gonna slice
fuck?
that up and make them the same size as the
No.
pepperonis.
Who the fuck is putting cucumbers on pizza? I'm out.
This is not pizza. This is the summer pasta salad. Hang in there. All right. So you're gonna want to trim some broccoli. You only want the florets, and you just want to trim it down. So you're trying to keep everything
I'm out.
around the same size.
Just I'm out.
And then the mild cheddar cubes that you can find like in the bag in your local Mega Mart.
With the
As
pepper
long as-
jack?
Yep. You can use those as well, as long as the mozzarella cubes. It takes an entire bottle of Italian dressing and ranch. I'm assuming in this recipe, they're using the small bottles.
Yeah.
The smallest one you could probably fucking find.
I really want to know.
Ranch and Italian.
When they say Italian dressing, is this like Olive Garden Italian or regular Italian?
To taste. Salt and pepper to
You get your
taste.
pick.
Add 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise and mix that shit together. Put it in the fridge for 3 hours, and it looked amazing. I asked them a question. This is what I got back.
Who was that?
Oh, it was some random dude on Twitter.
Gotta love Twitter.
I could tell you his name in a second.
They want you to put 2 bottles of dressing and mayonnaise.
I'm gonna go with his name is damn, why won't it work? On Twitter, he is just George O. Timmy 2 Shirts.
2 bottles of dressing and mayonnaise.
Look, man, I don't make the rules.
I
I,
bet
saw his.
I bet
He's
you-
like,
I
I
bet
made it.
you
He's
he's
like,
from
I made a salad.
I bet he's from
He's like-
Minnesota.
He's like, I made a salad. Don't know if I did it right. And I thought that was funny, and I was like, that salad actually looks pretty good. And
It's Marshall's family from fucking How I Met Your Mother.
As always, thank you for listening to Team Fat Kid Choose the Fat. You can find us on Facebook at,
Team Fat Kid.
on Instagram at,
Team Fat Kid Nation.
on Twitter,
At Team Fat Kid 1.
on YouTube at,
Team Fat Kid.
and of course you can find us online for all of your knife and apparel needs at www.teamfatKidNation.com.
you can find the food truck on Facebook at,
Team Fat Kid Food Truck.
on Instagram,
Team Fat Kid Food Truck.
the Twitter.
At Fat_truck.
You can call us for all your pre-orders and your catering needs at.
757-427-1586.
Remember,
Stay hungry.
be creative.
And don't forget to sharpen your knives.
Praise the Lord, peace, love, and bacon grease. We out this bitch.
Namaste.
Don't
I'ma
forget-
go.
Don't forget to check out Smith Sandwiches on Facebook and Instagram.
It's
harder than the
Twitter.
devil's
If you
ass,
know,
bitch.
you know.
Something like